Hi there. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Jon Lawrence from 𝗴𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘁, and I'm the lead consultant for Microsoft Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform in Australia for our Victoria practice based out of Melbourne. Today, I'm excited to demonstrate an innovative solution built on Copilot Studio that can help streamline your quoting process. Our Copilot Studio agent is known as Selena, and Selena works with a data set that's stored on a SharePoint list in a SharePoint site. Now we're going to see how this solution allows users to engage with Selena using natural language to provide their specification preferences for a new laptop. Selena's task is to collect this unstructured request and go and find matches from our SharePoint list, which contains thousands of possible options of laptops, factors such as budget, manufacturer, and deeper technical specifications relating to the laptop's CPU, processing power, memory, and display capabilities are collected and compared to the list. She will identify close matches for consideration if there is no exact match, and multiple possible options to choose from if there are multiple matches based on the specifications provided. Once she's done that for us, she's going to be able to transform that result into a tangible quotation output. So she's going to be really useful in assisting us in identifying the perfect laptop configuration based on our individual preferences and really accelerate that process to produce and distribute an initial quote. Okay, I can feel the excitement brimming, so let's dive into this fascinating process and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, on the screen, you should be able to see Selena now. She is embedded in Microsoft Teams, just for the purposes of this demo today. And what you can see here are some initial prompts that we've pre-configured for her. And I'm going to use one of these to kick off the process. So here we are. We're just going to let her know that I need help choosing a new laptop based on my specifications. Okay, so she wants to know what those specifications are. No, I'm not going to bore you by typing in a long list of things that I'm expecting it to get back. I have got this prepared instruction here, and I do know that this will in fact only bring back one specific match from our database. So we'll have a look at this one first. All right, so there she's done what we're expecting her to do. She's taken our input, she's transformed that in the background. She's gone and looked at our SharePoint list. She's looked at all of the categories of specification across manufacturer, the CPU, graphics processor, screen size, and so on and so forth. And she's pulled back that exact match. And now that she's found that exact match, she's asking us whether we'd like to have a quote produced. And I am going to say yes. All right, so now she's taken all of that information. She's going and grabbing a quotation template document. She's pushing all of the data into the template and storing a version of that for us that we can go retrieve back from our SharePoint site. And so just going to have a little look at the end of the reference number here. I'm looking for one that ends 45558. It should be at the top of the list, but might need a refresh. There it is. It's just arrived. Let's open up that document and have a look inside. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, we've got a template there. We've got our branding inserted. It's a provisional AI generated quote that we've headed this one, and I'll talk about why that is in just a moment. It contains everything you'd expect to contain within a quote: the date it was produced, the expiry date, who it was produced by, some contact information, the address. This in fact is our Sydney address where our head office is, an email address, and who the quotation has been prepared for. In our case, it was Alex salesperson who's logged on and interacting with our agent. And we've got a little bit of summary information in the table here about who the salesperson was that produced the quote. So for us, it's Selena, our AI agent. What's their job? She's a CPQ agent. Got some payment terms and a due date, and then the all-important line items. So we're obviously saying that we want to quote on one item It's the 𝗾𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗀, and all of the specifications that we've given and have been retrieved from our valid list on SharePoint, including the unit price. And then we've got some totals coming on here for the line, and then we're adding in the GST on top to produce our final cost, $3,270.63 in this instant. Now, just down here, we are specifically calling out that quotation was prepared by Selena AI agent, and that there are some conditions that should be noted upon acceptance. And effectively here, what we're saying is that it's an AI-generated quote. I think we're all aware that occasionally things can go awry with AI. So we're just stating in here that the quote was produced by an AI agent. Acceptance means that it will be passed to a human for validation, just to make sure that there are no anomalies, and there will be a final acceptance thereafter. So if there are any discrepancies in there, any anomalies or mistakes per se, there's a protection and de-risking of quotes going out, perhaps for, a top-of-the-line laptop, which should be sold at a very high price, potentially going out at a ridiculously low value. Okay, so that's our first example. And if I'll get myself back into the agent here, now let's see if she will let us pop in a new prompt. I actually need to tell her to start over. Let's start the conversation over. I'm just going to type something in here this time round. All right, so we need help in choosing a new laptop. What are your laptop specification preferences? And again, I have prepared something in advance, which I know is going to return us some more than one match. All right, so she's doing what she did before. She's taken her input. She's going and looking at back SharePoint list. It's got thousands and thousands of rows of possibilities, and she's found two. So she's found two matches. We've got the Lenovo Yoga 910, which interestingly enough was the same laptop as we had previously, but we've also got this alternative option, the Lenovo ThinkPad X1. So she's now asking us, would we like one of these close matches to be used in a quote? We'll say yes. And obviously she needs to know which one. So do we want option 1 or do we want option 2? I think for this, we'll go with option 2. And then as we've seen before, she now knows which option to go with. She's getting all of that data. She's picking up our quote template. She's pushing all of the data into that template and creating that output for us that we can now go and retrieve. So we're looking for this particular quote reference, ending 5029. We go to our list, just wait a couple of moments, and that should appear through. Just give that a quick refresh. There we go, 5029. Open her up. And there we are. There's our quote. All of the information we saw before is exactly the same, obviously, but down here in our line item, we've got option 2 quoted, the Lenovo ThinkPad X1, pricing coming through, GST calculated and added, and a total price at the bottom. Now, it is just outside my budget that I originally put in at $4,200, but you know what? I think I'm going to go the extra mile. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to accept this one. All right, now that concludes the demo for today. I hope that's given you food for thought. I hope that stimulates some interests around what Copilot agents could do for you in terms of configure price quote type scenarios. So please do talk to one of the guys, give us a call, get in contact, and let's see how we can help you achieve your outcomes. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.